Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Words have no value if they're not, backed by action. I mean, you can say "I love you," you can say "I'll do this for you," you can say "I care," can you say "I'm a just person," and so on. Without actions, these are just words. I mean, sometimes they're comforting, like, "Hey, you're okay, baby doll, you're okay, blah, blah, blah." But if you say, "You're okay, baby doll, you're great, doing just fine," which one is the one that matters? The "you're okay, baby doll" or "bang, bang, bang"? I think "bang, bang, bang" has authority over "you're okay, baby doll," or you say which one is it? That or this? I caress you, I help you, I comfort you physically. Instead of, obviously, both should matter. Both. But if you have to choose, I would choose actions rather than words. Okay, words are sometimes helpful, it's true, but actions are more important, especially when you say "I love you." You know what I mean? No, "I love you" is backed by or is proven by actions, not by. I can say "I love you," "I love you," "I love you." I love you. All right. All right. Anyway, so we have here an article where we have France, the government of France. France is a country that is a free country, independent country, sovereign country, and likes democracy, likes diversity, and I think it likes inclusion as well, and probably equity. So what happens? France, since France likes democracy and is a free country, they would not infringe people's freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, peaceful assembly, and they would like to hear what the majority says, because that's the backbone of a democratic system, ruled by majority. If you don't have the majority, you should not be ruling. Correct? Correct. Well, it seems like when they don't like what the population says about an issue, they just push it forward without really asking the public, because they know better, supposedly. Or maybe they know better what they should do, not the population. I'm talking about the pension so-called reform, which is this. You're going to work more. You're going to work more. That's what it is. When I say reform, why is it not the other way around? Let's make a pension reform from 62 years old. Let's say you make it to 58. That's a pension reform. Oh no, the pension reform, you're going to work from 62, now you're going to work until you're 64. Yeah. No. You're going to work longer in your life. Instead of having 2 hours of, 2 years of not doing anything or enjoying your life, no, without being at anybody's orders, you have to be 2 years of your life. Maybe after those 2 years, you drop dead. Hey, who cares? Did you pay your taxes? You did. When it's about getting back your salary, how do you call it, pension, too bad, you dead. So France had some, Macron bypassed the parliament during the pension reform by just saying, you know what, I'm going to sign this reform, everybody, I'm the man. I like democracy. I am one. I was elected. I rule with 31% approval rating. So I decided I do whatever. You parliament, okay? And you people, because you're only 31% like me. It's okay, but I'm in charge. So beat it. And the people say, "Oh, we hate you. We hate you." And he was just drinking his "oh la la, mademoiselle, what's going on here?" "Well, nothing." "Oh, you're there already?" "Oh, my bad." I don't think so. He's not bad. Maybe he's looking behind him. You're doing a good job. Anyway, back to business here. So Macron signed that paper. He said, "I decided for everybody. Everybody just everything legal." He didn't do anything illegal. The problem is he doesn't have the majority. He has the approval rating in a 30 or 29, 30, 31. That's it. So he doesn't rule by majority. The parliament was supposed to be, this was the route. He bypassed it and said, no, I'm making a decision right now, because I know that maybe there's a chance in the parliament they will not do what they over there want us to do, and they don't want it. Or why didn't you organize a referendum? But you like democracy, okay? All these things are not marks of a democratic person. Done? Done. So the protesters said, you know what, we're going to go and protest in front of the Parliament's house or wherever they want to protest. The right to assembly. Guess what the Democrats did in France? They banned. They said, no, you can't. Why? Because we say so. Your right, well, I have a bigger right than you, and I tell you, you should not. And if you do that, we're going to put these guys with shields and this baton to teach you a lesson, and then poo, and maybe we're going to use some rubber bullets as well. So, no, you're banned. If you come, we're going to, how to call it, protect the citizens and the elected officials and the weasels and the... All right, sorry for the visual, but that's how I see it in my head. So, let's go and see what this article is all about. So, Russia Today, the enemy, on 18th of March 2023. France bans protests outside parliament because you're too free. The Macron government's unilateral and controversial decision to raise the retirement age led to massive demonstrations, and some of them were violent. French police have banned all gatherings in 2 protest hotspots across from the parliament in Paris, citing, and I'm quoting, serious risks of disturbance to public order, in a statement issued on Saturday. The public thoroughfare in Place de la Concorde and its surrounding and the area around Champs-Élysées were declared off limits from following 2 nights of intense public protest against French President Emmanuel Macron's deeply unpopular decision to introduce neoliberal pension reforms without Parliament's approval. Police said 61 demonstrators were arrested in the forbidden zones on Friday after throwing bottles and fireworks at the heavily armored officers who had arrived to disperse the 1,000-strong crowd. Obviously, if they are acting violently, yes, they should be abducted, but they should do the same thing with other people everywhere else. But the problem is, it seems like it's pick and choose, and I don't like that. Police responded with volley of tear gas. Another 36 were arrested in Lyon after protesters allegedly tried to break into and burn down a town hall. No, you can't have that one. But hey, this is what's going on with this beautiful freedom of speech. Now, while the deeply unpopular measure passed the Senate earlier this week, Macron subsequently rammed it through the National Assembly without a vote, using Article 49.3 of the French Constitution. As I said, he didn't do anything illegal, but his way was weasel-like, which states that a law can be adopted as long as the government is not censored by a majority of MPs. There was, and I'm quoting, too much uncertainty to leave it to a vote, he said. Isn't that supposed to be what the will of the people and the elected officials? What do you mean uncertainty? You want it to be certain? It's a process. You don't look at the end. You look at, okay, let's see what the elected officials will say about it. Well, Macron spoke about it. So, unions responded by calling for a weekend of protest and strike day next Thursday, denouncing Macron's action as a, and I'm quoting, complete denial of democracy. Well, maybe the government would ban any protest in France from now until forever. Why not? Opposition lawmakers on both the left and the right filed no confidence motions on Friday, which are likely to be debated Monday. Sources told Agence France Presse, however, this would require the backing of half of opposition Republicans in order to unseat the government, something that French media report is unlikely. Well, what do you think? Which I read all this like that instead of like this. But you can stop it and see that I ain't lying. All right, so this is the article. Go back to my pretty face and just talk about this little thing. The best way of determining, if a law so controversial should pass or not, I think would be left to the public, the people that will be directly affected by this. I would not allow these weasels, elected officials, however you want to call them, just make a referendum, organize one and determine it like that. And then if you are about to really care for your people, and I'm almost guaranteeing you it wouldn't have passed because I think about 80% or 90%, something like that, between 80 and 90% of the population in France is against it. So you pass something because you know it's better for these people that don't want it passed. And that is because you provided a shitty environment, economic and social environment, and yet this is the only way you can solve it. It's like the same way these guys try to solve an issue by raising taxes. That's the most idiotic way and simplistic way to solve a problem that you are part of it. Macron's government was what? In at least 5 years in power. Their consequences are right now, and he says without doing this, with the pensions, we cannot make it. Why? Well, the circumstance, the situation created. Who created the circumstance? Who allowed it to get this far? Who was the incompetent to let it go this far? And now who's going to bear, who's going to be the one at the receiving end? These guys, and you're going to still be in power? You are the architect of the economy. You are the one who, passed the laws with your little weasels in the parliament, right? You do the policies, economic policies. So this is your record. This is your, how to put it, consequence. It's a consequence of your decisions. You failed. And you drop everything on people? And you're going to still be in power? But this is democracy for you, my friends. This is democracy for you. And instead of saying, you know what, I'm not good enough, I'm just going to leave, let someone else do it. No, they still think they're good. Even if their popularity is in the 31, 32%, 29%. And if you want a direct example, I can tell you from direct example. When things are good at work, between the management and, the regular foot soldiers, we are doing just fine. We go to parties, we might, do our kind of things. We talk, hey, what's up, buddy? Pop, 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 pop. You're friends with friends. When the profits are good, the company is doing okay. When the company is like, or has a flat tire, then fingers start being pointed out. And usually it's pointed out always down, not up. No. Why? Because you point it out, you get fired. So you're going to look down. No, it must be between, because you. And then you're going to see how the management is going to start implementing. It's not going to talk to you only, say, no, we're done with this. Hey, we're business here, okay? And the other people were like, wait a second, 3 days ago we were buddies, we're chest bumping, and right now I'm the boss and you're the... Yeah, that's what it is. Why? Because right now some heads must fall. Some people must be fired. And I have to be very serious, so it's not mine, but it's yours. This is what's going on. Now everything is serious. Why? Who got this? The workers? Yeah, well, it must be your problem. You're the leader. You make the decisions. If you want, you hired them. You implemented whatever program, the policies, you created them. You tell me these guys are tards or something? Yeah, it could be the case, but then who hired them? So yeah, that's when you really see the rupture between who's in charge and who's the used tool. Like this guy, this is my used tool. I can do whatever I want with this. It can't do anything it wants. If I put it here, it's going to be over there. If I want to use it, I'm going to do like, hey, it's you. I can see very nice. I don't like it. I toss it over there. So I'm in charge, okay? As long as it's not scratched or foggy or whatever, we're friends. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to... I'm going to do this to you. But if you, I don't like you for whatever reason, you don't fit right on my eyes or something, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Jesus, and do this. Well, things like this happen. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.